Welcome back to Faith and Flour. If you're new here, my name is Robin and we are in the middle of a move. So we're living part-time in a home that we are renovating, and this is our laundry room. We have recently had the floors taken out and we plan to remodel this area of the home. But in the meantime, I really need to make it functional so we can use it while we're here, even if it's not super pretty. So my focus for today's video is going to be getting this room a little bit more organized and functional for us to use in the meantime. I also have a kitchen renovation update for you, so that will be later in the video, along with another easy dinner idea and freezer meal. When it comes to renovating this home, I've realized that we need to take it in sort of bite-sized chunks. So we're taking a really big bite by doing our kitchen. We've already done the floors throughout, and the laundry room just needs to be put on the back burner for the time being. So I'm going to use these cabinets and we're going to use our laundry room as is for a while, and I'm okay with that. But I would like to make it a little bit more functional, like fixing this wall. We have to add some insulation in here and close that back up, so Patrick's going to work on that later. We're using this area to wash dishes while our kitchen is out of commission, and I'm going to try to figure out a solution for making this area a catch-all, which makes it really hard to function as a laundry room. So that is my goal today. First thing I'm going to do is remove all of the painting supplies. We've completed the bulk of the painting, so it's going to go out in the garage where it will be stored permanently. And if we need it, we can access it out there. Plus remove anything else that doesn't really belong here in the laundry room. I haven't really used these cabinets yet because there were some items left behind by the previous owner, some contact paper that was kind of gross, but I'm glad that it was there because it contained some spills in there. And because we've been so focused on getting the kitchen ready, I just haven't taken the time to do this. And now I need to get to it so that I can start using the storage that's here. Now that the cabinets are clean, I'm putting back a few items that Patrick was storing in there, so he'll know where to find them. And I'm going to put my laundry items in the cabinet as well. They're in a basket that I usually keep in our Airstream, so I'm just making use of that. And above that, I'll be storing my e-cloths and other cleaning rags. Then over in the closet, I'm going to take everything out and wipe down the shelves because this I haven't done since we have sort of partially moved in, and the floors have been taken out, which created a lot of dust. But I needed some space to stash a few things, so I was throwing things in there just sort of randomly, and now it's time to take them out, give everything a good cleaning, and organize things before I put them back in. I'm just using an e-cloth microfiber cloth that's dampened with water to wipe everything down. They are great at removing dirt and bacteria without using any products, so they are one of my favorite cleaning tools, and I always have a link for you guys down in the description box for e-cloth if you want to check them out. We haven't finalized our plans for how we want to renovate the laundry room, but one of the ideas is to actually remove this closet and replace it with some cabinetry to make this area sort of a mudroom slash laundry room. And of course, we're going to be getting new floors, and those will probably be tile. So in the meantime, we're going to live with it as is, and I'm going to use this closet. This little random slide out drawer is kind of interesting, but it does make for a good spot to sort of corral some smaller items that we need to keep in here. These wire baskets were left by the previous owner, so I wiped them down and I'm going to make use of them to hold the backstock paper towels and toilet paper. Next to those, I'll put our facial tissue, and then on the top shelf, I'm just going to store the items like batteries and light bulbs that we don't need to get to every day. I'm also going to put our reusable grocery bags into the closet, along with garbage bags and other items like that on this bottom shelf where we can access them easily, but they're out of sight. All of the cleaning products that I was keeping in the closet, I'm going to move to this cabinet above the washer and dryer, and that will free up a lot of space in that closet for other items that we're going to need to store there when we move in permanently. This is also a good spot for my vacuum attachments because the vacuum is going to be relocated to this area of the laundry room too. We've had a bit of a tricky time getting really good, reliable internet service, which is really important for both Patrick and I. Now that things seem to be working better, we're going to make a little home for some of the equipment inside this cabinet to hide the equipment and also the excess wires. Some of these tools might find their way back into the laundry room eventually while we're still working on different things inside the house, but for now I'm going to gather them up and take them in the kitchen where we need them. The hole in the wall that I showed you earlier was to access some plumbing and also the cable wire, so Patrick got that closed back up. So now I can finish up what I plan to do today to get our laundry room in better working order, starting with cleaning the floors. This bare concrete floor is by no means pretty, but it doesn't mean that we can't have a laundry room that functions for us while we're waiting for it to have its facelift. Next to the dryer, I am going to corral all of Austin's things. So we have his food container and some treats and other items, plus his dog food bowl and water, so he can eat in here. And then I'm moving my vacuum in between the washer and dryer. I have a free plug now, so I can keep it charging here and ready to go, and all of the accessories are in the cabinet above. This area of the house is probably the most high traffic. It's where we come and go the most. And so I want to put a rug in here, but it needs to be something that's washable and very durable. So I found these rugs on Amazon and I love them. I love the pattern. It really does a lot to brighten up this space, and these rugs are so functional. So they're very low profile and we can come and go with dirty shoes because they are completely machine washable. They're also made out of recycled materials, which is a great bonus too. They come in loads of different colors and patterns, plus different sizes, so if you're in the market for a great durable rug, I will put them in my Amazon store, and the link for my Amazon store is down in the description box. Although our laundry room is not Pinterest perfect, it's now clean, tidy, and organized, but most of all, it functions for our family, which is really important, especially during this sort of transitional phase. We have a place to store things that we're going to need to use and additional space for when we actually move in. We will be getting to this area when we complete the kitchen, and I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, I'm really satisfied with what we have, and I know it's going to work for us. I'm going to add a command hook for Austin's leash, but now we have everything for him corralled in one area. I have access to the vacuum, which can charge in the laundry room, and I can do laundry in here, in addition to washing dishes and anything else we need to use this space for. Now for an update on how the kitchen is coming along. Patrick and I have been hard at work putting together our IKEA cabinets, and we have started installing some of them, which is really exciting. It's a slow process, but at the same time, things are moving along, and we're really hopeful that we're going to have this project completed soon. I have been receiving so many questions from you guys about when we plan to move in and when we plan to sell our current home. Those things are coming, but we're not in any real rush. We're trying to get this house as ready as possible so that when we sell our other home, we'll be able to move all of the furniture over and get settled in, as seamlessly as possible. So we are working on it, and I will keep you guys posted. During the week, we are spending most of our time at our new home renovating while working, and we're staying in our Airstream. So I'm getting a lot of the cooking done in here while the kitchen is out of commission inside the house. So I have developed some recipes that I can put together over the weekend when we're back in our current home to bring over and store as freezer meals, but sometimes I have to do cooking here in the Airstream. So on this night, I decided to throw together a soup, and I've actually shared the recipe for this soup on my channel before, but I will link it down below in the description box. And tonight I'm just making it even more simple than the original recipe, basically just throwing all of the ingredients into my Instant Pot. But I'm doubling the recipe and putting half in a freezer bag so that I will have that on hand for a future meal as well. We have an Aldi near our new home, which is super exciting to me. I never had access to one before, and so many of you had recommended shopping at Aldi's, especially for their produce. So I've made a couple of trips there, and almost all of the ingredients for this meal came from there. So I bought the carrots, the canned beans, the kale, and the sausage, along with the onions. And the only thing I didn't get from Aldi's were these chicken bouillon cubes. I've had them stored here on the Airstream for a while for our trips, and they're a little bit past their expiration date, but I think they're going to be perfectly fine, and they're going to work great in this recipe. Instead of the chicken broth called for in this recipe, I'm just putting in 2 of these chicken bouillon cubes on top of all of the ingredients, and then I'm just packing in as much kale as I can, and I'm not worried about going over the fill line that's inside the Instant Pot. I am going to be sure not to put liquid past that point, but the kale is going to wilt very quickly once it gets hot inside the Instant Pot, and so it all worked out fine. I need dinner in a hurry, so I'm just throwing everything together, but you could use my original instructions that are part of the recipe that I've put down in the description box, or you could also do this in your slow cooker. While making the soup for tonight's dinner, I thought it would be easy to throw together another one that I could have for a future meal. So as I said, I just put the same ingredients in a Ziploc bag, minus the water, which I'll add when I make this soup, and I can choose to make it in my Instant Pot or slow cooker on another busy night. I cooked the soup tonight on high pressure for 8 minutes, and it came out perfect. As you can see, all of the ingredients were below the fill line when it was finished, and all I had to do was stir everything together. It smelled and tasted amazing. The texture of the sausage was a little softer because I didn't saute it along with the onions like I do in the original recipe, but it didn't make any difference. My family loved it, and it was so worth it not to take the extra time to do that on a night when I was really busy and just wanted to get dinner on the table in a hurry. This soup recipe is a staple in our home during the winter time, and when I posted it in a video previously, I got loads of really good feedback from you guys. So if you haven't tried it yet, you might want to. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. I hope it gave you some homemaking inspiration for your week ahead. If you haven't already done so, subscribe. We would love to have you join our Faith and Flour community. You know I love hearing from you, so leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video on Sunday. Until then, have a wonderful week.